We are live. Welcome, guys, back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'm Timothy Earle, and today, baseball is back. Although, even with, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off, there's still so many TBDs in the MLB today. So, unfortunately, we don't get to talk about an entire card because we still don't have a pitcher from the Angels, so can't really talk the Angels game. We don't have we don't have a pitcher for the Royals, can't talk that game, and we don't have a pitcher for the Yankees, so can't talk that game. If those pop up later on in the show, cool, we'll talk about them. But until then, we've only got 12 games to talk about in the MLB, which is fine. Before we jump into it, we'll go and look back at, we could look back at the last couple of days. Honestly, it's been about break even. I think yesterday kind of sums it up. Yesterday I had the under 51 in the Ottawa game, and it finished at 51 points. So it was exactly break even. I think we were slightly down during the All-Star break, but it's not the biggest of deals considering that there was no baseball. So we'll bring it right back today and hopefully make some money. I will say there's no WNBA for a little bit. They're in the All-Star break. So it's MLB. I do have a CFL play up on the site already. We do have, for the Picks and Parleys, people watching on Picks and Parleys, there's a scroller on the bottom if you guys are interested in all of that. The Christmas in July sale, which has all the different sports. So ESP for the rest of the year. But we'll go ahead and jump into the card. We'll start off with the Boston Red Sox and the Chicago Cubs, the red-hot Red Sox in this one. And I realized I didn't pull up two of my pages, so that's fun. But anyways, we got the Red Sox and the Cubbies. Lucas Giolito for the Red Sox and Colin Ray for the Cubbies. I will say Covers doesn't have it, so Covers doesn't have the Cubs pitcher, so we'll have to look at his stats off of the MLB. But Lucas Giolito this year, 13 starts, a 6-1 record with a 3.36 ERA and 72 and a third innings pitched, 27 earned runs, 21 walks, and 64 strikeouts. He's been one of those consistent middle to back of the rotation pitchers for them. And Colin Ray has been exactly the same, 7-3 with a 3.91 ERA and 15 starts and 19 appearances, 92 innings pitched, 65 strikeouts with a 1.26 whip. I want to give the pitching advantage to Lucas Giolito ever so slightly. I don't think it's a crazy pitching advantage here with that one. Let me pull up here. There we go. It's versus lefties, which Colin Ray, I believe, is a righty. Both of them are righties. So we'll pull up this page, which is also against lefties. That's fun. Here we go. Hitting advantage is towards the Chicago Cubs at 119 WRC plus. Boston Red Sox currently sitting at 103. So we split that one down the middle. We'll go ahead and take a look at line movement and where this game is going. And if it wants to load for me, that'd be nice. Maybe not. Nope. I don't want the Atlanta game. The line has moved all of 2 cents towards the Cubbies, but it's gone from, it opened up at 125. It looks like it got all the way up to 140, and then it's coming back down on the Cubs. So not anything with more of the money coming in on them. Yeah, this is not a spot that I want to go after. I feel like it's Cubs or nothing in this game. The splits towards the under are interesting. The line is going down. 2 o'clock start. I'm actually going to start off my day with an under because the line's gone from 8.5 to 8. I'm even starting to see some 7.5s out there. So that's kind of fun. I'm going to grab the under 8 to start off my day, and I can get that at minus 113. I am jumping on it. Let's take the under to start the day. I can't type. We'll take the under to start the day. Under 8. Let's keep on rolling. We get the Chicago White Sox and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Jonathan Canning for the White Sox and Barely Falter for the Pirates. Canning this year in 10 starts, 12 appearances, a 2-7 record, which you're pitching for the White Sox makes sense. 4.66 ERA and 63 2/3 innings pitched, 33 earned runs, 21 walks, and 51 strikeouts. But the White Sox have won his last 3 starts, so props to him on that one. On the opposite side, we get Bailey Falter, which I have to grab the stats from MLB, who has pitched in 19 games this year, started all of them. A 6-4 record with a 3.79 ERA and 97 1/3 innings pitched. 59 strikeouts with a 1.2 ERA. And definitely a guy that I can see being traded at the deadline. Pitching advantage is with Mr. Bailey Falter. Hitting advantage is a crapshoot because the White Sox versus lefties. Actually, the White Sox versus lefties have been getting better. 83 WRC plus. Pirates versus righties, 81 WRC plus. So split a hitting advantage for the Chicago White Sox. Didn't think I was going to be saying that one for a little while. And the line's actually moved from 165 to 150. So the line is moving towards the White Sox on this one. The line's also moving towards the over. And with more of the money coming on the Pirates, plug your nose. We're grabbing the White Sox. I know that's gross. But I can get plus 140 in this one. So second play of the day. It's a gross one, but it's a doggo. Give me the White Sox today. Cool. Let's keep on rolling. We got the San Diego Padres taking on the Washington Nationals. Dylan Cease taking on Michael Soroka. The Padres are minus 140 with a total of 8.5 in this game. Dylan Cease this year, 19 starts, a 3-9 record, 4.88 ERA with 103 1/3 innings pitched, 56 earned runs, 38 walks, and 129 strikeouts. Hey, his strikeout numbers can continue to be pretty consistent. On the opposite side, we get Michael Soroka, who has been a little bit of a nice kind of change of pace for him, although he has been a little bit rough as of late. 13 starts this year, a 3-7 record, which you're on the Nationals. Who cares about record? 5.35 ERA, which has gotten worse by the day. So not really overly excited about that one. 67 1/3 innings pitched, 40 earned runs, 19 walks, and 74 strikeouts. Pitching advantage is 100% with the Padres. Both of them are facing righties, where San Diego, I believe, San Diego has the advantage at 101 WRC plus, Nationals 97 WRC plus. So hitting and pitching advantage is both with the Padres in this one. We'll go ahead and take a look at line movement, where the line has moved pretty heavily towards the Washington Nationals from 145 to 130, which is going to end up keeping us off. I have no interest in a total because the total's gone from 8.5 down to 8, and I'm not going to trust Michael Soroka right now for an under. So first game that we're going to do this, we're going to pass on the Nationals and the Padres. Unfortunately, no line. Well, there's a line, but there's still no pitcher for the Angels. I believe I'm refreshing again, just in case. Yep, still TBD for the Angels, so we are not going to be able to talk over Angels and Phillies. We'll go to the Blue Jays and the Giants. We can talk about this one. 2 former New York Mets are going to be pitching in this one. Blue Jays minus 140 with a total of 8.5. Justin Verlander and Chris Bassett. We'll go ahead and look at Verlander, which I still believe he probably deserved to get the Legends nod over Kershaw, but that's beyond the point. 15 starts, I will say 0-7 record's not pretty, but to be fair, neither is in the numbers. 4.7 ERA, 76 and 2/3 innings pitched with 40 earned runs, 26 walks, and 67 strikeouts. I'm not going to blame the 0-7 record on him, though. He's had some starts that he probably could have gotten wins. On the opposite side, you got Chris Bassitt, 19 starts with 20 appearances. He had one relief appearance last game against the Athletics. A 4.12 ERA and a 9-4 record, 107 innings pitched, 104 strikeouts, 49 earned runs, and 29 walks. Pretty solid. I am giving the pitching advantage to Mr. Bassitt. And then you look at it, both of them are facing righties, where Toronto has the hitting advantage at 105 WRC plus, with where's the Giants? Giants sitting at 100 WRC plus. So 100% hitting and pitching advantage is with the Toronto Blue Jays, which kind of makes sense. And then we go and we look at the line movement. Line movement's gone 3 cents towards the Blue Jays, so nothing overwhelming. And the line has moved towards the under in this game, which makes a little bit of sense. We'll look at the money numbers in this one, with most of the money coming in on the Blue Jays and everything. It makes sense. If I can get a decent price on the run line, I might be interested in the Blue Jays. I can get plus 150 on the Blue Jays run line. We'll go ahead and back Chris Bassitt here. And we're going to take the Blue Jays with a little bit of plus money here. Let's keep on rolling. We got the New York Mets hosting the Cincinnati Reds. Nick Lodolo taking on Sean Manaea. Lodolo this year, he has pitched recently. Okay, good. 19. Oh yeah, he's pitched every start. My bad. It was somebody else I was thinking of. 19 starts, 6-6 record, a 3.38 ERA, and one complete game, 106 and 2/3 innings pitched, 40 earned runs, 22 walks, and 97 strikeouts. He's been really good as of late. He's coming off of a 6-inning shutout versus the Marlins. On the opposite side, you got Sean Manaea, who has made one starting outing, one relief outing since coming back from the IL. He went 3 1/3, allowing an earned run, 5 hits. Out of the 10 outs that he got, 7 of them were via the strikeout. So that's kind of impressive to see. Although you end up not getting the win in that one. The Mets lose that game, but that's the only game that he's pitched. And because of that, I can't give the Mets the pitching advantage just because Lodolo has Sean Manaea has only pitched 1. So Reds with the pitching advantage. Although when you look at hitting, the Mets have the hitting advantage, 93 WRC plus versus 81 WRC plus. So the Mets have the hitting advantage versus lefties. We're going to take a look at line movement in this one, where the line has moved towards the Reds. So minus 160 for the Mets, down to 145. A lot of that's probably uncertainty on the pitching edge of Sean Manaea. And the line's moved 15 cents towards the under, which makes sense as well. Money makes sense with this one. I'm going to end up passing on this game. It's a lean towards the over, but this one's going to be a stay away spot for me. Still no pitcher for the Kansas City Royals, so we're not going to be able to talk over the Royals today. We do have a pitcher for the Guardians. We do. Good. So we're going to have to skip over the Royals-Marlins game, and we'll go to the Athletics and the Guardians. The Guardians minus 130 with a total of 8.5. JP Sears taking on Sony. JP Sears this year, a 4.82 ERA, 19 starts, a 7-7 record, 97 and 2/3 innings pitched, 52 earned runs, 24 walks, and 79 strikeouts. Pretty solid as a back of the bullpen guy for a Oakland team or Sacramento that's playing in a minor league ballpark. Slade Sassoni. Wow, I cannot speak today. 4-4 record with a 3.44 ERA in 10 starts, 55 innings pitched, 56 strikeouts, and a 1.27 whip. I want to give the pitching advantage to Sears, and the only reason why is I've seen more from him. But it's ever so slightly. It's nothing crazy. And then you look at hitting advantage. You look for Guardians versus lefties, which is not great. 72 WRC plus, which is only better than Pittsburgh and Colorado. And then you got the Athletics against righties, and that is going to be, if I can find it, 13th, 103 WRC plus. So hitting and pitching advantage both with the Athletics in this one to me. And we look at line movement in this game where the line has moved towards the Athletics. Plug your nose, whatever you need to do. We're taking Oakland here. And I can get them at plus 115. Plus 116. Give me the Oakland Athletics here in this one. All right. We'll move on to the Baltimore Orioles and actually, real quick, no starting pitcher still for the New York Yankees. They still can't make up their mind, so that one's going to be passed as well. There could possibly be plays coming up from those games later on in the card, so stay tuned for that. Those would be plays that I could add later. Now, we'll go ahead and head to Baltimore and Tampa, where we get Taj Bradley, and he'll be taking on Charlie Morton. Bradley this year, you've gotten 18 starts out of him with a 5-6 record, a 4.79 ERA, 97 and 2/3 innings pitched, 52 earned runs, 37 walks, and 84 strikeouts. On the opposite side, you got Charlie Morton, who has pitched in 20 games, 14 starts, a 5-7 record, a 5.18 ERA, 83 and 1/3 innings pitched, 88 strikeouts with a 1.52 whip. So he's looked better as of late. I know that sounds crazy, but he has been pitching better as of recently. I'm still giving the pitching advantage to Taj Bradley. That's not going to change anything. And then in terms of hitting against righties, Tampa Bay's got the hitting advantage, 110 WRC plus, Baltimore 105, so not too far behind. But both hitting and pitching advantage is with the Tampa Bay Rays. Let's see if the line movement agrees with it. It's moved 1 cent towards the Orioles, so nothing overwhelming there. And more of the money's coming in. It's going to end up being a stay off. Line movement isn't really going where I want it to go with money and everything. So this one's going to end up being a pass for me on that one. We'll keep rolling because we only got 5 games left. We got the Detroit Tigers and the Texas Rangers coming up next. Reese Olson taking on Patrick Corbin. I did a free pick video on this one last night for Picks and Parleys, so if you guys have not checked that one out, well, we're going to talk about it now. Reese Olson, 11 starts this year, a 4-3 record, a 2.95 ERA, and 58 innings pitched, 19 earned runs, 21 walks, and 55 strikeouts. On the opposite side, you got Patrick Corbin, who's actually been good this year. 17 starts, 6-7 record, a 4.15 ERA, a complete game this year, which is kind of crazy to see. It wasn't a losing effort, but a complete game. 93 and 1/3 innings pitched, 43 earned runs, 27 walks, 74 strikeouts. So Patrick Corbin's actually looked, halfway good this year. In terms of it, I'm going to give the pitching advantage to Corbin just because we've seen more from him and he's looked good. But it's not going to matter with what I'm taking. We'll go Detroit versus lefties. is pretty good, 116 WRC plus, which is third in baseball. But Texas versus righties, 95 WRC plus. I will say I gave out the under last night in my video, and that's I'm gonna stick with that. Line's still moving towards the under. Line is moving towards Texas, so it could be a good look at Texas as well. And with the way the line movement and money's coming in, I like my under pick. So we're going to stick with the under in this game, same as I gave out in my free pick video last night. And I can get that at minus 105 because I didn't put it up last night. So there we go. Give me the under in that one. Let's keep on rolling. Quick pace show today, which is totally okay. We got the Twins and the Rockies. The Twins minus 155 with a total of 11. Chris Paddock taking on Kyle Freeland. Paddock this year, 19 starts, a 3-8 record, a 4.95 ERA, and 100 innings pitched, 55 earned runs, 25 walks, 70 strikeouts. He is coming off of a not so good game, which is going to happen from time to time with Mr. Chris Paddock. On the opposite side, we got Kyle Freeland, which I don't think has pitched all that much this year. 14 starts, a 1-4 record, with a 5.13 ERA, 73 2/3 innings pitched, 42 earned runs, 14 walks, and 57 strikeouts. It's been okay. Obviously, not really. You're pitching in Coors Field, and you're pitching on the Rockies, so your record's going to be dog shit. It makes sense. I am giving the pitching advantage to Chris Paddock, although it's still Chris Paddock. And I'm not even going to look at hitting stats because I don't care. The Twins have the hitting advantage because the Rockies can't hit anything. We look at the line movement in this one. It's actually moved to the it's actually moved towards Colorado in this game, which I cannot take. I'm actually going to check another book because there was no real line movement on the total. Total has gone up from 10.5 to 11. And yeah, movement's still going towards the Colorado Rockies. So I can see the Rockies as a live dog in this one, although I'm not taking them just because I can't. There's no pitching advantage, no hitting advantage, nothing there. And that's even with all the money and everything coming on Minnesota. I'm very tempted. I was very tempted to grab Colorado. I'm not pulling the trigger on them. So this one's gonna be a pass. We got 5 plays already, so I'm not going to go crazy. We'll go ahead and keep on rolling. We got the Cardinals and the D-backs. The D-backs are minus 120 with a total of 8.5. Andre Plante and P. Fatty. And this one, Plante, 18 starts, 5-5 record with a 4.49 ERA, 100 1/3 innings pitched, 50 earned runs, 32 walks, and 64 strikeouts. Been a consistent piece of that rotation. I really like Andre Plante. On the opposite side, you got P. Fatty, which since signing that big contract, not really all that great. He's eating innings, 99 1/3 innings pitched through 19 starts, a 9-6 record with a 5.16 ERA, 57 earned runs, 22 walks, and 84 strikeouts. He's been better as of late, but still not really anything too great to see from that. So I'm going to give pitching advantage to Andre Plante in that one. Hitting advantage should be Arizona. Yeah, Arizona's got the second best numbers versus right-handed pitching, tied with the Cubbies and the Dodgers, only behind the Yankees by 1 WRC plus. Cardinals Cardinals are 8th, so they can hit as well at 110 WRC plus. So you got a split there between the side with pitching and hitting. Line has not moved from 126 to 126, so not a lot of line movement there. Line movement has been going towards the over, which I think is where we're going to go in this one. Both teams top 8 hitting versus right-handed pitching, and both of them having 110 plus WRC pluses is something that I like. I want to get 8.5 at -124. We're going to grab the over here in the Cardinals and Diamondbacks game. Cool. Oh, we got to check. Corbin Carroll, home run, plus 350. He hit one in the All-Star game. He did. He did hit one in the All-Star game, which was a moonshot. So there you go. Let's see, can I refresh to see if any of the other? Nope, no updates on any pitchers. They're saying it could probably be Seth Lugo for the Royals, but it's not confirmed yet. So. Schwarber won MVP by soft toss, hitting 3 home runs that he could do that in his sleep. Yeah, as far as I know, a player that goes 0-2 during the actual game shouldn't get the MVP again versus somebody who had a 3-run homer. But that's just me. I don't know. What do I know about baseball? So yeah, it was a little bit annoying to see Schwarber win it, but we'll go to the Dodgers and the Brewers. We got the Dodgers at -180 with a total of 8.5. Quinn Priester taking on Tyler Glasnow. Priester this year has been really good. Although he's getting some relief appearances, but 12 starts, 17 appearances, 7-2 record, a 3.55 ERA, 88 2/3 innings pitched, 35 earned runs, 32 walks, 70 strikeouts. Not to mention the Brewers have won his last 8 times that he's pitched. Pretty impressive. On the opposite side, you got Tyler Glasnow, who is making his first appearance since April. So I'm not going to read off his stats because they really don't matter. Pitching advantage is with Quinn Priester. I'm giving it to Quinn Priester. Don't at me. Hitting advantage is going to be obviously with the Dodgers at 119. Milwaukee is at 101. So that one is split down the middle. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the line movement in this one. And let's see if I'm going to be interested. There's not really a lot there. Can I get some more here? Nope, line moving towards the Dodgers. So it's not going to be anything I'm going to be interested in going after at this point. I wanted to go after the Brewers in this game, but unfortunately not going to be able to do that. So this one's going to end up being a pass for the Brewers and the Dodgers. Hot take. The Dodgers aren't winning the World Series. I don't know if that's necessarily a hot take, but I don't think they're going to win it either. So, I have some other teams that I'd rather bet. So I agree. We head to the final game on today's card: the Houston Astros and the Seattle Mariners. Brandon Walter going for the Houston Astros and Luis Castillo for the Seattle Mariners. Walter this year, 7 starts, a 1-2 record, a 3.98 ERA, 48 2/3 innings pitched, 18 earned runs. Here's my favorite stat with him: 40 strikeouts, 2 walks. That's insane. He's had a couple of clunkers in there. I've also heard Walter's being involved in some trade talks from Houston. So Walter could be a possible trade piece for some bigger pieces. Anyways, Luis Castillo does have the pitching advantage in this one, though. 19 starts, a 6-5 record with a 3.41 ERA, 108 1/3 innings pitched, 41 earned runs, 34 walks, and 93 strikeouts. I am giving the pitching advantage to him. We got Seattle facing a lefty, which has been pretty good. 110 WRC plus for Seattle versus lefties. Houston versus righties, 102. So hitting and pitching advantage with the Seattle Mariners. And then the line movement is looking like it's going towards Seattle. Yes, line movement has gone towards Seattle. So I am going to be jumping on the Mariners to end my card. I like that spot. And I'm not grabbing the money line at -135. I'm going to grab the run line here. I can get it at +160. So it's Seattle run line for me in this one. Um, there we go. But that is all of the games for today. That's gonna wrap it up for this show. I'm gonna try to be back this weekend. For tomorrow's show, just because I know I had with All-Star break, we didn't do shows the last 4 days. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to try to get some shows done. They would be earlier shows, probably like 9 a.m. shows or something like that. So keep an eye out for that. But that's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'll be back again, hopefully tomorrow. Peace out, guys.